The engrafted word of God is able to save your soul. What does that mean? Engrafted is when like you cut the plant and you put something else into it and it starts growing together and they become one thing. That's what God is talking about. You have to have the word of God in you to be able to survive. That's what's going to give you the ability to survive. Let me give you an example. So the word of the Lord is the sword. That's your offensive weapon to attack the enemy, right? So sometimes people go into situations, they're in a battle, they don't realize it, and they don't have a sword. Well, it's no big deal if it's just like one on one, like, hey, it's two guys, no swords, no weapons, we just got hand to hand combat. That's like when somebody would walk up to you and say, hey, would you sleep with another man's wife? You'd say, well, no, that's dumb. I wouldn't do that. That's probably all kinds of trouble. No way. Never happening. That's like one on one. One person, one question, one answer. Okay, one on one. The enemy never comes like that, okay? He comes like, hey, grandma's sick, someone lost their job, your kids aren't doing good at school, you don't got enough money for the field trip, all the bills are due, all they raise our taxes, the interest rate on the house is crazy, the credit card is over the limit, and now we got a problem, and all this stuff is going on. And then the lady on your job comes in and says, hey, you look nice today. And you're like, and in that moment, you're not prepared because you don't have the word of the Lord down deep in your spirit to tell you, Ephesians 5:3, there must not be even a hint of sexual immorality among you. Or Job 31:1 says, I made a covenant with my eyes not to look lustfully at a young woman. Or you go with a big hitter. Jesus said, you've heard it said, he's talking to all the Pharisees and the guys, he said, listen, you've heard it said not to commit adultery, but I tell you the truth, anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has committed adultery with her in his heart. So if you don't know any of that, you're out there this hand-to-hand combat, you don't got the sword, then you're going to be susceptible to the attacks of the enemy because they're not coming one-on-one. They're coming from all different angles, every direction, and you got to be prepared. Even if you don't have the full armor of the Lord, like all the righteousness and the truth and the peace and the faith and the salvation, you don't have all that stuff all figured out yet. Like these are pieces. Like if you're in the old days, even if you didn't have the right boots and equipment and the helmet and everything, you at least had a sword. Like you don't even, I'm not going to war if I don't have a sword. That's dumb. You're in a battle. It's for your soul. And I implore you, you must read this Bible. You have to understand the word of God so you can defend yourself accordingly. Who goes out to battle without a sword? Please don't do that. I'm begging you, read the word of God so you can understand the times that we're in, the attacks that are coming against you, and how you can prevail. That's your word for tonight. Read your word.